at the Think Investment Mashup. We're talking to Leonard Fiadzinu, co-founder of Bitcoin Bay. Leo, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So introduce us to Bitcoin Bay. What do you do there?
Bitcoin Bay we call it a meetup with startup. So part of our mandate is to help the community, the general community and businesses understand crypto and blockchain. So we educate the community at large about what blockchain and crypto is. And also part of our other mandate is to help businesses develop applications, test use cases about blockchain, how to use blockchain, what blockchain is good for, validate those use cases and whatnot. So that's part of the core mandate of what Bitcoin Bay does.
The blockchain industry says that Canada had a lead in these emerging technologies, but regulations today are stifling that growth. Do you feel that?
Well, regulations are, depending on which part of the stack you're on. If you're looking at tokens or issuing securities on the blockchain, yes, there's regulations. But if you're looking at the technology stack, actually helping the technology grow, improving the protocol level, regulations are not really impeding or impacting. So any client-facing industry or part of the ecosystem, yes, is being looked at heavily by regulators, i.e. exchanges, companies that are issuing tokens and people buying tokens. Those are going to be heavily influenced and called on by regulators. But if basically, like us, what we're doing on the other part is helping companies build applications or test use cases, we're not focused on regulation. We sometimes look at what the industry is doing or what the company is doing and see how with blockchain we can actually help them plug that in and meet certain regulatory considerations as well.
What do you make of the blockchain and crypto environment in Canada?
I think Canada is one of the best centers for blockchain and crypto. We all know that Ethereum basically was born here. So I've been in the space since 2013, so I've seen the genesis or the growth of the blockchain crypto space. Some of the biggest players in the world in blockchain crypto are based in Canada, are in Canada. A lot of the people that started when I started are all over the world working in crypto and blockchain spaces. So I think, and they come back. And when people come and visit the city, I talk to them when they come to our meetups and whatnot. And the reason why they come to Toronto is because the space is so vibrant, a lot happening, so they want to connect and basically see what the city and people within the city are doing.
What are you observing at these meetups? What are the questions that people have, investors have?
Well, it's twofold. Some people want to know about investing in the tokens, and some people want to know about what's happening in the space, what a company is doing. What can I do to get into the space if I want to start a business, raising capital and whatnot. And at times people will pull you aside and go, this is the idea that I have. And they'll bounce the idea off you, and you help them walk through the idea. And if need be, you talk to them aside and the date and see, well, it's a good idea or not a good idea. This is what you should consider. Because in the current state, not all blockchain or not all businesses can utilize blockchain. That does not mean that tomorrow they can't, because the protocol could change. But today it might not. So we have that conversation and we keep that conversation going.
What's your roadmap for Bitcoin Bay?
Well, interesting. Right now, Bitcoin Bay, we are onboarding some clients. Basically, 4 of the founders participated in George Brown. George Brown actually became one of the first colleges, universities to offer a blockchain developer program. This soft launched in September, and 4 of the founders of Bitcoin Bay were involved in helping put the curriculum together. So our roadmap is to help the space grow by providing more developers and to help businesses actually understand blockchain. And we are working on a few projects to actually help the community as well on board onto the blockchain space and give to the community as we see going forward, and maybe also raise some money, but we'll see where that goes.
Leonard, very interesting to learn about Bitcoin Bay. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much for having me again.